Well, hello and welcome to the Chief Multi-Hat Scuff stream. I certainly appreciate it. I only had about 2-minute dialogue with my mute. I need to have a giant klaxon alarm at some point. Maybe some shot collaring action or something. Hey, your mic's off. No one's going to be able to hear a word you're saying. So anyway, I kind of determined to do the old PNG flesh tuber. No camera today. Figured it'd be alright. Basically going to be programming session. Be kind of heads down as usually am anyway. I'll try to maybe explain what's on my mind as I do some stuff, but primarily I'm trying to code the game, so I'm just kind of sharing my experience, and I hope that if I enjoy that, good. Otherwise, I'll continue to try to get this game done. So some of the things I'm working on today is role advancement. So you've gotten enough experience and you need to go up a level. So I need to have the ability to do that. I don't want it automatic. At this time, so you're going to go back to your guild hall and you're going to go ahead and advance your role, and if that character can advance, it will. Otherwise, it'll tell you it can't, and so forth. So yeah. Game also needs a way to have your characters resurrected, brought back to life due to unforeseen consequences in the maze, in the dungeon. That's over in the CCSE. So, without further ado, I think I'll get into some coding here. Right now, the advanced role doesn't do anything. Basically, the menu system here. Oops. Yeah, chosen menu item is equal to, which is the enumeration. Don't leveling. Essentially, I don't want to do the normal, like something from the menu. Instead, it's going to be more of a status screen telling the player if the character is successfully went up some levels or not. Also, one may ask why I'm doing the old VTuber. Well, you know, I like the fact that you have the PNGs. I decided to go ahead and make a picture of myself instead of art, so strangely enough, it looks like me. And it has Uncanny Valley all over it, and that's good, because I kind of want it to be kind of, well, you know, disturbing in a good way. But, yeah, today has been a rough day. Not like emotionally rough or physically rough, but some days I have worse than others. I do have a condition called Tourette's, and so sometimes it is a little extra. And when it's extra, I don't necessarily want to put that in front of the camera, although I'm comfortable with it because, hey, that's what it is. I've had it for a long time. But, you know, just sometimes I just don't want to deal with it myself. So, and I can relax a little bit more with the PNG tuber. As my voice goes to crap, of course. But so yeah, so I happen to make it into the VOD this far. I have an explanation, which is fine. Change the wow, voice quality is completely going out the tubes. I'll be right. One moment. That probably did not clear anything on my throat, but whatever. Fun times. That's the menu items. And then over here. Yeah. Current. Selected. No, not menu, but chosen. Menu items equal to leveling. We're going to do something different. Removed. No. Alrighty. Now then. Chosen character. Chosen character. CH? The chosen. Nice. Let's position that now. 250. You know what? I want this to be main font and this to be block font. And that just basically blocks of text as the block font. Main font is like a main size I wanted for main type of text, and then I also have different sizes of text. And then if I hit the back button, nice. Now let's go back to parties. Pick a group that probably nobody has. Did jokes, okay. Fighter. Nope. Nope. Party members, let's go to Fab. Fab advanced role. Really? What? He has not gained levels. Oh, duh. Don't even remember old functions. Yeah, that's not what that does. What you need to do instead. Oh, I really don't like having to constantly recalculate, but that's what it does. It's less than 1. That'd be interesting. Interesting to draw a door. Oh. Okay. Dungeon. Nope. Will Fab be promoted? Not character class, character name. We'll need. Technically, if I did this, bar X is equal to. Might as well do that. No, I probably don't need a string builder. I'm gonna put that in there just because. Give the old color coding here. Make this a purple. $147 experience. Nice. All right, let's go to Yulia. Turn 49. Oh, Ralph. 47. As you know, I mean. Yep. Oops. Back to Guild Hall. Go back to Silverleaf. Silverleaf. Let's go to Paramember Inspection. Dreknar. Advanced roll. Needs 9,620 experience. How about Tasha? Oh. Belinda. Alright, how about we go to the party? Dead jokes. Fab. Yep. Punchy. Nope, none of these people. Let's go to the Doomed. And then Pickle Rick. Congratulations, Pickle Rick has gained some levels. Yes, he does. Violet. All right, let's see how much. Less than one. Right. Chosen character. Pants. Nope. Level. Let's see here. I think it's That's the entire party leveling up. Do I want an individual? Maybe I don't want an individual. What would this look like? So you would have another, instead of this one being here, let's go to the menu. Menu creation. Where is it? Got too much crap open on the screen here. Training. That's not what I want, but that's what we need to call. Alright, let's go to reset menus. There it is. Let's go find where it says something about training. Let's grab this. Okay. Let's go to town. What would that be? What's that? Not training. It's going to be the guild. Let's go back. All right, we got member inspection. Technically, oh, this is nice. Must be a 1-1. Up, down, left, right. Except up. Up goes to 4, down goes to 4. Three, 3. And that's going to all right, Guild Hall, nice advanced roll. Okay. Training and oh, it has the same thing. Promote. What did promote? Jordan Purdy. Uncharted new party. About build a new team. Adventurer recruitment. Right. Same thing here. We have to say, chosen. Set. Very much similar to the training. Let's see. Chosen menu item. Should have done that. Okay, close everything but this. Go to the training. Let's go to its previous. And same thing gonna happen here. And the same sort of shenanigans down below on not that far down below. Here. Now let's do training. Let's go into, there we go. Essentially all of this. Okay. Put that there. We know we don't have a chosen character. Control X. Right now. anyone? All right, I'm going to take a small break and you can take care of something. I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Yay. Alright, I'm back. I took a little extended break there. I had to go make some sauce for some chilled brekkie. It's a Russian fried meat in dough, fried. You need some sauce for it. Traditionally, you use sour cream and dill, but we want something different. Anyway, I'm back. Thank you for stopping by. Going to go ahead now and reactivate demo. There we go. Doing the old PNG tuber today. Alright, so we're in the middle of trying to get the party to level. And at this stage, we need the whole party to do it. Oh, that's not gonna work. What's going on here? Oh, that's right. I need to go back up there. This goes up. Okay. Alright, not chosen character. Will anyone from GS player party name selected. And we're just simply going to go, hey, call it. That's all we can do, really, this particular implementation. So GS player party. Nope, actually, is it player party? Promote. Nope. Promote level party. Party level? Party level. Nope. Party level. I just got to look at this. Level party? Nope. I refuse to look it up. Nope. Nope. Kidding me? It's a G. Level. Party level. Cripe sakes. Where was it? Where was the function call? Dungeon. Yeah, it is. Party level up. It is a static. Wrong everywhere. Game dungeon. Level. Party. Level up. Against a game session. F. If that's the case, we're going to go ahead and do a bar CLG, no, LG, bar X equals GS, yeah, GS, compile game logs, CGL. Let's do something cheesy. CGL, compile the game logs, and then we'll use block font. If CGL, oops, CGL length 0. Else. Okay. That's not going to be. That's going to be promoted 350. Let's not promote anything yet. Zero, of course it's going to be that way. Else. Do. Show logs here. No one load. Well, I'm not sure about that, but just do the old hot reload. Save. Right, we're not going to, in fact, do the thing. Comment it out. Alright, let's go. Let's fix the menu. Let's see. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Alright. Up goes to 0. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Actually, no. Left goes to 4. And right goes to 4. Kill all. There we go. Left 4. Up and down. Alright, now let's test the promotion. Fail. Yeah, press the button, and nothing has happened. Alright. Well, I need a face on my PNG tuber. Basically a picture of my finger up my nose. Let's see. I'm looking at a select. Oh, well. Yeah, I forgot to even completely change that whatsoever. Well, we'll fix that. That's true. No, yes, that's what I want. Now, if chosen menu item is equal to learning, leveling, we're going to do something different. Else. Okay, if this is true. No. If current, select menu item, menu, state, leveling, then chosen menu item is equal to. Guild. Alright. Hooked up the old select button now. And back out of it. All their buttons won't work. Good. Alright, now to go to the screen portion of the render. So with this class, I have a list of menu items, and what it will do is it's going to first call render menu screen. It's going to do your bulk menu screen, and then it's going to call the menu items. In this case, I'm going to call the base item, and this is where it's going to iterate through the menu, and using the information off each menu item, it's going to position itself in relation to that little inner green box, essentially. All right, then let's do some adjustments. I don't like where that's at, so it's going to be 230. And save. Go. Pops over. Show the logs here. Now, let's pretend. All right, what you've done here is wrong. You don't want this to keep leveling up every time it's called 60 times a second. Incorrect, sir. What's really going to control that? How about we do this? If you press leveling, it's this is true here, but this is not what. And in the future, really there should be, I'm not going to talk about it. The image itself could be cached once it's rendered and just redraw the image because nothing really changing. In this particular case, everything's getting rendered all the time. I mean, mainly because Mono Game, everything gets rendered on the rendering side of the time slice. So I've just taken that to the literal, and I redraw the screen by requerying the objects and printing out the screen every time. Technically, it's magically not going to change between each state, so you really need to just either determine the information first, like a calculated field, and then just show that all the time. But it's really not that expensive to do this, mainly because it's fast to develop. Optimizations would come later, if needed at all. One could argue you're wasting CPU cycles and wasting energy, therefore you're not being a good steward. And that's the peanut gallery in my head going overboard. Although that is kind of valid. Okay, so this is going to happen once on a button push, and if you hit it, it's going to happen here. So, we attempt to party level up. Now, what happens there? Oh, yes, it's going to hit. Okay. Let's go in here. To party level up, then, let's make sure that it's going to log everything for all the party members. Okay. Returns if anything leveled up. Gotcha. So, what I should do is go back to the menu object, add another state. My goodness, where's it at? Go to definition. Leveling. Let's put in here. Leveled. Of course. Escape, 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 escape. And escape. Oh, that's an old breakpoint. Hot, no. Why is this? Oofed. But we just pretend that's not going to be there, right? Okay. There we go. Exit. Only do so much of hot reloading. Right, back to business. Linear data set here. Right, if it's previous, yep, we reset things. Right now, you decided to say, hey, I select, I want to do leveling. If you do leveling, this is the wrong place. Do leveling. Let's go to UI select. Leveling, and then F. X, do something fancy. If that's true, then we want to say guild BOI dot leveled. Otherwise, that, you know, here's a question. This if statement says this menu state is of leveling, and that is within an object. So you need an address to go to the object, and then the object has to look up the property, read from the property states, and all that good stuff, right? But what if you said a enumeration definition here, which is most likely a constant when it compiles. So which is faster? I know this is going to be leveling. I'm just going to go ahead and set it to that. Or do I set it to the variable? I would say, because it has to look it up, technically, it would be not as fast. Does it matter? No, I think the compiler is smart enough to figure that out, but, you know, it's one of those times where you think you know what the compiler is doing, you try to speed things up, and in fact, the compiler is smarter than you, and will undo everything you just tried. Potentially. Not always. But yeah. Alright, so I break this down so I can at least determine. I don't want another variable to take the output of this and store it. I just want to say, hey, we'll just make this a different state, and then let's go into the rendering of the graphics portion of the menu. And leveling. Let's first what happened to the compound? Ooh, that's interesting. All right, okay, so we'll just do this. Or case statements. This if is equal to different message. I'll go ahead and finish off this else. One layer of else's here. That's okay. Right, let's do that. If it's leveling, we're not okay. No, if it's don't need this. A lot of assumptions here. Okay, so now we're going to say var sb equals new string builder. Text. What I'm going to do here is, I'm still in the leveling state. That means I attempted to level, but there's nothing to level. So what we're going to go ahead and do is generate a little report that says, all right, now no one leveled this time, and then I'm going to give a list of the characters and how much XP they need to level. Okay. No one will be promoted. I won't say that here. I'm going to say no one from will be promoted this time. And actually, I don't need a banner. Right. Promote this time. And we're going to adjust that. I'll do this right now. Right. SB, append line. And string interpolation. Right. For each CHN. Nope. Var CH. And PS party. As, not jazz, but how about as XP left before the next level. I'm going to kind of leave my periods off. That's going to be CH next computation. Right, now let's go ahead and put in our colors. No, it's all going to be the same color. How about we just put in color here, purple, D. All right. Don't need to do that. No. Here, we're just going to put in. Right, this should be right. Otherwise, I want to be promoted, and then let's put in here CLD demonstrate. Else. All right, level, and let's go back to the beginning. The selection previous or equals leveled. We back out one, otherwise we back out the entire screen, right? So bad this explodes. Explosions. Got some Bunny Bear. Does, let's see, the new game out, Bunny Bear Saves Frog Time. I think it just got released. While they were in the development, I did some fan art. So you might recognize a little bit of variation there. Okay. It's loading. All right, here we go. Start. What do I have in my group? Let's go. Pull in. Okay. Silverleaf is already active. All right, let's go to promote. Before we go to promote, I'm gonna put some breakpoints in. Where are we? Up here. Select. We'll just iterate through it. All right, promote. For each party members. We'll level. What? Really? Oh, it's false. Oh. So essentially, I'm not going to create any logs. Which is good. Now choose menu items going to be leveling. Yep. Just hit the old play. Big wall of text. All right. Nice. Could do something like this. And I want that to be, no, that's not too bad. Let's see. Put this one at 250. Simply say amount of XP needed. Next level. let's see. Let's make this 2 30. Oh, no. 65. No, 2. 95. There's a bit screeched. 2 screeched. Just left it alone. Sure. Let's go to 45. Light. You know, if I just did this, 230. And said start at line 3. I get offset of 50. Amount of XP. Purple XP. No one of Silverleaf will be promoted at this time. Alright. Interesting. Let's try. Let's go back. Actually, as long as I don't go into the maze, I won't save the game. Alright, let's go to the Doomed, which have been a test group. I have inadvertently seen a lot of battle. Let's go to promotions. There we go. Failure. Dingbat. That's okay. Alright, forgot to put in this. Or and chosen does not equal. Leveled. System string A, that's going to be a fill. Why is this a there we go. Let's escape out of this completely. Go back into it. Now put the breakpoint. Do I clear the... When do I clear it? Let's go back to make sure we don't clear the logs. We don't want to clear the logs after we filled the logs. Be kind of dumb. Alright, we don't. Good. Alright. Alright. Start. Make sure we got... Getting close to the game time here. Rest and recovery. No. Let's go to Guild Hall. Make sure we got the Doomed. Yes, we do. Go to Arcadia. No, not Arcadia. Come on, damn. Come on, Chief. Secret name reveal. Let's go to Guild Hall to promote. All right. String of 6. just forgetting how to do this. What's an array? Yeah. I hate that I'm calling this all the time. X, D, logs here. Let's go back up to. Level logs. That's okay. All right, let's go back into the drawing. Levels. Exit and go back into the game. There we go, start. Go, no. I always want to go to the wrong place. Start parties, the doomed. Now if we go over to party inspection, you can see that they're well within getting some levels. XP at 3,400 out of 300 needed. So Pickle has increased by 3, and now it's level 4 with 26 out of 26 hit points. There we go. Promotion has occurred. Oh, that's what happens if I hit X. Interesting. All right. Promote. Nope. No one from the doomed. Alright, now that we have the levels. This will be fun. Let's go over to Arcadia and kick in the game music. Oops. 2s. You can get all these level 2s. And you can get all these level 3s. 4s. Hey, this is not right. Really? How was Clark able to get this? Right, I have a problem. There's no way they could. He knows these ones. Really? Let's go to spell books here. Spellcast effects. Spell slots. Level 5. You only should be able to go to level 2. So let's put the old trace in here. It's incorrect. Okay, we're gonna go take a look at that. So when you're in the purchase a spell, essentially you can pick what level of spell, and then your pointer turns dark if you already know it. And what I haven't put out to the right hand side in an open space, I'm going to put information about the spell, what it can do over in flavor text. So as you scroll down through these, you could see, oh, that's what that does. And then not all these lists will be inclusive, because you'll have to do certain game activities to unlock different spells too. But this is what you generally can have. Now, you're only supposed to learn the level of spells that you're capable of casting. And right now, everything is available, which is not what it's supposed to be. So I'm trying to determine that by going to Clark. So I'm not even calling that. Alright, so we're going to go to the Arcadia menu. And let's go into the building of the UI. Menus. Arcadia, learn spells. Find all the spells can cast. That's it. Find all the spells with the spell level. Check to see if you can cast it. It basically says, okay, this is the master spell tome. It means all known spells are in here. We're going to filter it down by the level of spell, and that type of character class can actually cast a spell. And then I get a list. If that's greater than 0, that means I'm going to create a list of spells. If it's not, I'm going to create a placeholder. It basically says no spells available. Okay, so in this case, I need to do another check. If it can cast it, and see, chosen character. Okay, wait. Oh, I don't need to reiterate. Do not need to reiterate. Iterate, whatever. I don't need to compute this over and over and over in the loop. Just do it outside the loop. max cast by level is equal to the chosen character. Max spell tone. Nope. Spell tone max. That could be a static. Spellcast effect. Max. Let's see, chosen character. Max character, right? Max, nope. Chosen character. Spell tone. Can cast. I call it something else. I did name it something different. What have I done? Alright, let's go to... Nope. It is too. Max spell. I'm not... Brain's not working today. Casting effects. Yeah, sure. Alrighty then. Max spell what level? Chosen character, current level. Alright, now, if and max cast by level is now the question is, do I want to have this spell available for the player to research, look at, or only show it if you have a character that can cast it? Meaning, if you don't have any characters that cast high-level spells, don't show the high-level spells, so there's some amount of mystery. You have something to find later on. Or you can always show the spell. You cannot memorize it or learn it or whatever, but at least you could then see information about it. You know what? I think that's just kind of micromanagement. That's just artificial barriers that make no sense. It just adds complexity for no real reason. I mean, a week. I kind of like the idea, but it is an RPG, but probably not going to go that far into it. So we are just going to govern if it could be. That's what the spells no mean. States that represent you can cast a spell or you cannot cast a spell or learn a spell. So in this case, I wanted to turn it off if you can cast it and your max level is greater than or equal to. Yep. 5 plus 1. All right. Work. Yep. Right. Max level is 3. So right now I is at 0, 1, 2. I just want to do this. Oh, nice. There we go. I still have it, so you can't. No, denied. Know those spells. Don't know those spells. Don't know those spells. Can't know those spells. Alright, let's learn Cure 1. Let's pay. Oh, you mastered it. Let's go back to armor 3. Nope. Armor 3. Yes. Failed to master armor 3. That's okay. Now you will notice in 3, he knows this. He knows the spell, but he has not mastered it to cast. So you go to the Learn and Master. Level 3 needs remastering. And he remastered it that time. So now he knows the spell. Silence, yes. Well, I probably should do. You normally don't have to learn this much at a time, but if you did, this is the experience, whether good or bad. Alright, I just kind of went through and clicked. So I should know everything I need to know. Well, now let's just go to Learn and Master. Everything indicates that it is learned. There we go. So Cleric is now new spells. Like the Mage, he can do level 1, level 2, Thick Fog. So why have it all the selectability and such? Well, for one, a lot of this is not going to be 1 silver piece per spell. It's going to be a little more expensive. So not only do you gain your level, you're going to have to also gain the gold in the game. So level isn't always an indication of your power level. You have to have enough money to train and get the things needed to do your job. Also, some of these spells, I'm going to add components, meaning you go through the dungeon, you find certain monsters, you take their essences or different bits and pieces of them or whatever they drop, and use that to reduce the cost of a spell, for example. And that's why you would go in and strategically pick what spells you want and such. So that's kind of the reason why there is a bunch of picking capability here. Spells. That old man, I'll leave old man. I'll just say he has strengthened. And then another thing I could do, separate the idea of how many spells you can cast at a level versus how many spells you could actually know. So then you have to pick, kind of roguelike. You'd have to pick the spell that this character is going to use, and that's it. You get three spells total. Which ones are you going to choose? Because the game is kind of I didn't clear out the last like. Did he fail? No. Oh man. He failed level 3. Magic muscles. He failed the magic muscles. Okay, he got magic muscles now. Alright. Level 4 party. Do some dungeon delving now. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to limit the number of spells you can cast or memorize, but as long as I have the game giving you the information in a digestible manner and upfront, then systems like, hey, you've picked a lot of fire spells, so it makes it harder for you to learn cold spells. You get a bonus, or things like that. Your choices are showing a specialization, and that prevents you from doing other things, that type of thing. Maybe. It requires certain fire spells on the higher levels would require that you have some familiarity with that element, meaning you need to learn fire spells. I kind of like that idea. Oh, encounter. Sleeping bugs. Right, do some fighting. Clark is going to do a spell. Level 3. Level 2. Armor 1. Armor 2. Goot is going to do an ability. Shadow attack. Eldritch attack from the shadows. Mike is going to cast a spell. He's going to attempt to sleep. And Old Man is going to spell. Level 3 spell. Strengthen. Let's give it to Pickle Rick. Start the battle. Ooh, goodness. Glad I went up a level. Brown Ooze clobbers once and harms Violet for 6 points of damage. Man, they went after Violet. Cast Strengthen. Pickle Rick is strengthened. They missed the Brown Ooze. Wow. Has immunity from being slept. Uh-oh. Battle Axe slices once and harms Brown Ooze for 9. Alright, cast Armor 2. I think we're gonna need it. Alright. Not too bad off, except for Violet. Yeah, she's okay. Alright, let's go back to... Everyone's going to keep fighting. Who's going to fight? Do Clark. He gets a new spell. He has... no, he doesn't. How about we try Rigor Mortis? Dude's going to continue to fight. Mike is going to cast a spell. What Fire Blast? Old Man is just gonna parry. Right, there we go. Brown Ooze stashes once Clark for 4. Wow. Misses the blast. Scorches for 8 and is ablaze. Rapier is punctured once, harms Brown. He's got a sneak attack there, a little extra damage. Battle Axe connects. Oh, the Brown Ooze has negated the effects of Rigor Mortis. Suspect the Brown Ooze is of a type of creature that is unliving. Old Man attempted to parry. Brown Ooze is now currently ablaze. Goot is no longer shadow attacking, and the other Brown Ooze is also still on fire. So the game system, you do your normal attacks, your spell attacks up front. Some of those spells can give you conditions. Conditions are going to be resolved at the end of battle of the round in the order that they've fought. So they could survive the attack and at the end take the damage from the conditions. So a fire blast does initial damage of fire, but then sets them ablaze, and that ablaze then does X amount of damage over time. With that, these guys are kind of tough. They should be. I've set these up so that on level 4, that means when it generates and goes, okay, if the party level is of a certain average level, let's create stronger monsters. And I definitely can see these guys are stronger. Alright, so let's go ahead and ready commands. Now, your first 3 adventurers in your party, from top down, Pickle Rick, Violet, and Clark, they're our front line, and Goot, Ike, and Old Man are in the back line. Back. I will be having ranged weaponry and such, and it's going to be more of a generalized mechanism. Kind of depends on who do you attack, type of thing. Generally, monsters will attack the first 3 up to the first 4 positions more often than they do the rear, unless it's a specialized kind of monster where they like going after ranged, or they go after spellcasters and things like that. Ideally, you put your spellcasters in range in the back and your melee up front. Now anybody could fight, and so by saying, Ike, I want you to fight, because he's fighting with a dagger, that's going to be melee range, he's going to be kind of considered as a fighter when it comes to determining targets. Not as strongly as the first 3 positions, and also being a fighter, but he's still going to have it up there. So basically, Ike is endangering himself just to attack. Now, he's not going to be the best attacker. And the game is kind of balanced as the average attack abilities are just a little bit below average in being able to defeat monsters. Not, quite average, but so you can have an impact, and it's to help balance the 6 party members versus like generally parties of the size of between 2 and 4. But they do get bigger. You can have well, there's technically no limit, but definitely we'll have probably less than 7. Maybe 9 characters. Sorry, 9 enemies, but you can have multiple groups of enemies. And generally, you can only attack a group of enemies. So, having your everyone attack, you are kind of risking your back side of the of your party. All right, let's see what happens here. Start the battle. All right, Brown Ooze finally has missed something. Wow, they're just missing Brown Ooze all over the place. Ike's daggers, and then of course the mage comes in and stabs for 4. Oh, crushes 1. Goot gets hurt for 3. Wow, everyone's missing the oozes. But the burning, they're ablaze, has succumbed to lethal conditions. So, one of them is burnt to death, and start the battle. Oh man, Clark is getting his head beat in. Missed the Brown Ooze, Old Man's dagger, twice for critical damage. Nice. That means he struck once, got a critical, gets attack again, and you add everything up. And the battle axe hits once for 10. Finally, the Brown Ooze received the mortal wounds. Ooh, it's a big chunk of gold. Nice. And back home. Oh, Pickle Rick is no longer strength enhanced. Pickle Rick had a strength of 20. Now it's back down to 16. Let's go back to town. Go to the Boar Snout. Let's go to rest and recovery. Violet needs to take a rest for a night. Oh, 2 nights. Clark, let's rest for a day. And a night. A night. Ooh. A night. Like, need some spells back, so we'll just rest for the night. Yeah, we got 100% mana. And the old man. Rest again. Here we go. Old man has 8 hit points. I just realized that. Wow, he just took the ugly end of that stick. Let's go to Guild Hall. Let's go to party inspection. What is going on here? Oh, that's... ouch. Well, he gained 3 levels. It looks like he made it... probably just gained 1 hit point each level. So, yeah. His constitution isn't that greatest. That's okay. Promotion? Nope, no needs promoted. Alright, let's go. Yeah, here's how you change battle positions. Change your positions. Now, the advanced roll, you can remove that from here. Every time you go in here, you can see that there are different types of male, female. Yep, fighters and whatnot. So, if I click thief, you can go to next recruit, which basically just brings in the next recruit, changes out the character type. You can see by the icon up there. And then the training is just the stats. Now, the more you roll, there is a secret stat of luck, but and I do need to kind of adjust the ranges a little bit. Hit B to back out. Yeah. Then, if you were to register your party and go to Dead Jokes, only has 4 of them. When I go to recruitment, you will now see A and B, because I was just testing. You could either bring in test A or B, or you can add another recruit, like fighter, and then you can re-roll. But if your party is full, let's say like in the Doomed here, then you just can't add more people, but you can recruit more. Now, one of these things I wanted to do is have a cost maybe associated, like a sign-on bonus. So the treasury is based off of your guild treasury. All your party members, all your parties basically share that. In the future, I might be able to divvy that out to parties, but once you divvy it to a party, it's the party's gold, but you need guild gold to perform certain operations. Guild gold pays for everything, or you could use party gold only on party purchases. So this is a guild purchase here, for example, and just to kind of give an idea of, like, you know, you're gaining gold, you want to get more characters, and you can, I'll need to put, like, you know, as you're re-rolling their stats, I can like adjust the gold amount down below, how much it's going to cost for them, and yeah. This is, you know, a little something, a little role playing, basically. So right now I'm at the guild hall, but I do have the party. So somewhere I should say, you know, what party that's active right now. And let's say you do have gold, and you've trained up your fighter here, let's say. And you go through and you kind of keep messing with it. Wow, not gonna ever get something cool. Almost. Almost. So yeah, you just kind of push button all night. Oh, but just missed it. Oh, missed it again. Trying to get 18 strength. Come on. Oh, come on. I could do bad things like, hey, you got an 18 here. I will try to reduce the possibility of getting a good score somewhere else. Oh, there we go. All right, so in this particular case, say we did that. And then when you go to, let's go into the adventurer's name. Why not? And then we go to complete recruitment. It's going to say, Helen wants a 15 gold advancement. 15 gold. You could then choose to say, yep, I'll pay the gold. Toss away, throw them out, or negotiate. And if you select negotiate, then you get to pick one of your party members to do the negotiation. And depending on the negotiation, it's either going to be stalemate, acceptance, annoyed, or just right then and there just is fed up with it and leaves, right? Or you could pay the gold up front. So, you know, have a little bit random. It's, you know, it's not going to be like totally based off of hard scores, but something like that allow them to. So yeah, you could have a little more of a fun game within the game kind of thing. All right, let's complete the recruitment and add Helen to the guild. Yes. All right, Helen's in our guild. Nice. Let's go take a look at our registered parties. Let's take a look at. Right, we got Violet, Pickle Rick, Violet. Clark. Like old man. Like old man. Like old man. Looks like old man. Let's remove old man. And remove him from the doomed. Now, old man is in the general roster. Let's go to guild recruitment. We'll bring in Helen. Complete the recruitment. Add Helen into the doomed. Yes. Right. Here we go. So then we're going to go back to the party. And let's go to Helen. Let's go to change position. And let's put Helen, where see Helen is 11 hit points. Now let's put Helen here. And then let's go to, yeah, there we go. 15, 24, 31, 11. Sorry. Alright, so now we have Helen. Helen has dagger and leather. So let's go to parts weapons. Everything's conveniently 1 silver. Let's give Helen a long sword. Equipped armor, let's give armor chainmail. And full plate. Kind of ridiculous. Guild Hall. Not Guild Hall. Let's go to the maze here. Saves the game. Let's go back. All right. Boar snout. Best in recovery. Everybody looks good. Let's go to the gnarled root. Let's give a red potion. 5 uses available. A blue potion. 5 uses up there. And let's go to Ike. Let's give him some golden potions here. Alright. And let's give him a blue potion. Now, what I should have done, I don't have it done right now, but in potions, everybody gives potions, but red potions are actually requires a celestial caster to make more use out of it. Maybe, I don't know. Also, these need to be money adjusted. Alright, we're going to bring in a level 1 character with level 4s. See how well this works. Clark will spell. Let's put on some armor. Good. Ability, shadow attack. Mike will do a spell. Sleep. Oh. Sleep. Alright, they're asleep. Helen's longsword gashes for 8 damage. Right. And let's just have them attack now. Because they're all asleep. Got some heavy tough little slimes. I mean, it took all that attack just to get them. Right. I probably need like an overall, like start off everyone fight. Just realized old man is the one with the strength. Counter. Just everybody slap it. Misses. Harms. Misses. Wow. Rapier. Oh no, Helen's been hit. It's 1 damage. So the mapping works by randomly assigning one of your characters and checking to see if they remember the room that they were in and making the map. Once it's drawn, then it stays until you start the game again. Gooey mess. And as I start balancing the capabilities of these monsters, I need to have them have special abilities so that it makes it that you kind of figure out like certain spells work better on them and things like that. Armor at the end. Helen. Why did Helen parry? Oh, Helen was going to attack, but they were dead before she could attack, so she's parrying. All right. Not slimes, but excellent. I ran into a wall. I'm kind of lost, actually. Lost my own maze. Where am I? These guys are nasty. We'll do an ability for Pickle Rick. I want you to feint. Deceive attackers with false openings of defense. This gives it a chance to attack him instead of others. Helen will fight. Clark will need to do a spell. And let's give them going to do the ability. Ike going to do a level 3 strengthen Helen. Right. Good begins to disappear within the shadows. Pickle Rick feigns weakness and attempts to lure hostiles. Right. Immediately they attack Helen. Thanks. That failed. Alright. Rapier misses. Battle Axe once for 6. Misses. Ooze crushes once. Pickle Rick. Ow. Cursed. Good. Strengthen. Helen benefits from being against. Round 2. Helen needs heal badly. So, ready commands. You fight. You should probably parry. Oh, you're going to use an item. You can use a blue potion. Clark is going to use a spell of healing. Minor healing. On Helen. Goot is going to still doing his ability, so we'll leave him alone. Mick will now do Fire Blast. Not level 1, please. Fire Blast. There we go. Also, these higher level spells, you kind of balance them a little bit. I might do a thing where you cast Fire Blast once on him. If you cast it again, generally it's going to be enhanced, meaning it's going to have a spell of lightness is going to be more powerful. But I also kind of want to have the idea that you just can't chain cast. Well, I suppose you can. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, right. Ooze hits Pickle Rick. Misses Pickle Rick. Now, while I don't have some special attack abilities, a brown ooze is actually an undead muck. And a sentient ooze, it's undead. I need to give it some special abilities. Like when it strikes, it's gonna cause paralysis. It doesn't do it yet, but that's what it should do. Let's come to the blast. 3, 5, and 8. Pickle Rick again for 2. Now Pickle Rick was during the beginning of the battle doing defensive feint. On this particular time, it looks like the oozes did go after Pickle Rick. All 3 times. Yep, all 3. Clark then heals 8. Helen benefits. The rapier goes in for an attack for 13. Yep. Slices once for 10. Good. We have a brown ooze that finally died. Another cut for 5 died. That blue potion is drank by Helen. Gives her another 5 more hit points. Brown ooze is cursed. And the brown ooze is burning for 5 more damage. Right, no one's doing their special abilities anymore. We have 1 left. We're going to just have everyone fight now. Fight. Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark. Rapier 2 times forced 26 damage of criticality. Finally. Yeah, these brown oozes are exactly what I want them to be. That feels good. Pickle Rick is hurting. I'm lost. What I don't have in the game right now is camping. Like the X key on your gamepad would make it available to type of thing. Strength enhanced. So yeah, basically gives the ability to cast spells while you're not in combat. assisted to sleep. Oh no. Alright. Interesting. Alright. Slime's corrosion. This is Helen. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Resistant like sleep. Slime for 6. 4. Martyr heal on Pickle Rick. Corrosion slime misses Pickle Rick. Cold slime tendril bashes once and chills Helen for 1. Helen was chilled. So she's now under the chill effect. Alright, so ready commands. Clark. Spell. Blessing. Bank. Spell. Alright, we have 1 slime down. Blessings. Thick fog. Suffering from thick fog and diminishes their armor for 2. And Helen takes no damage. Great. Okay, commands. Helen. Use an item. Use a blue potion. Need you to spell. Do a hold. I can just type. Alright, we got 1 of them held. That's all that's left. Perfect. Looks like cannot attack it being held. Base clobbers 6. It takes 1 out. Helen is chilled again. 1 damage. I don't think I can make it home before I get lost again. Helen is still chilled. No longer chilled. No longer blessed. Oh, there's the town. Yay, made it back down. I'm gonna go back to the maze to save the game. Go back to town. Okay, let's go to Boar Snout. There we go. Helen will sleep. Rick will take some health back. Clark will do some resting. And so will Ike. 3 nights. There we go. Good. Save the game. Alright. Very nice. Well, let's finish off with going to the guild hall. Promote. Helen just needs 79 more XP. Nice. Alrighty then. Well, that was kind of fun. Actually, I enjoyed that. Looking forward to getting the game working completely. Yeah, that was kind of fun. I was surprised. Alright, I have friends on the outside want to play some Valheim. Looks like I'm going to do some Valheiming. Appreciate those who have stopped by to take a look at what's going on. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I appreciate that so much. I will try to do another surprise stream, hopefully sometime this week. Especially with I'm using the PNG tuber. Not that that really matters too much. Other than that, I got some spells working. Yay. We got spells working. I can learn them. I can remaster them. Now it's a matter of putting in some gold balances on those later on. Next thing up, as I'm going to probably be working on, is the temple. The part that gets you guys resurrected. If they're dead, I need to get that part working again. in this incarnation of the game. Excuse me. And yeah, we'll continue working on that. Well, thanks so much, whatever you may be, morning, evening, or afternoon. I hope you have a good one. And I will be back maybe later this week. So much. Thank you. You have a great one. Thank you so much.